Hello, everyone. I'm Captain Logan, and look, it's DJ Martinez.
What's up, everybody?
Once again, we're live in the wonderful state of Georgia and the state of denial. And tonight, we're going to watch some X-Men episodes. And this is a show that it would be inaccurate to say DJ has never seen, but has almost never seen.
Almost never seen. One episode I've seen.
And like a bunch of times.
I had one episode on VHS as a kid. And those stupid VHS tapes that had one episode on them.
And what's really funny is that we're going to start with that episode because we're going to watch these tonight in sequence. We picked 4 episodes. We were going to do 5, but we decided to drop it to 4. DJ and I have some other plans a little bit later. And so we're going to watch 4 episodes from the first, each from one from the first 4 seasons. 5's not as good. It's not that big of a deal, I don't think. And the one that, so I let Jason pick some of these, and the one that he suggested from 5 is really interesting. It's got Purple Man.
Oh, wow.
You should watch that at some point because it's fascinating. But that's not the one that we're going to do. Instead, we're going to do 4 episodes, and we're going to start with Cold Vengeance, which means if the whole show shuts down right after that, it will still be the only episode DJ has ever seen.
I kind of hope that happens now.
I know, it would be amazing. Folks, do me a favor, somebody leave us a comment and just let us know if you're seeing us, because I haven't seen any comments yet, and we seem to be broadcasting, so I just want to make sure that everybody can see us and hear us okay. We're going to do some commentary for you here in just a little bit. I'm going to wait, though, until we hear from some folks. And,
let us know. OBS tells us we're broadcasting, but you never know.
So we were kicking around different things to do for a mini marathon tonight or some kind of a commentary. We thought about some things that nobody would care about. And we finally landed on this. And DJ, talk a little bit about why we decided to do this show.
Well, sir, we went to a barcade today. Cap found a barcade in my area, and he said, "Hey, this would be really cool." And I said, "Yeah, let's definitely do that." And it was a really cool place. Yeah, that was a great idea.
Oh, thanks, man.
I'd never been to one of those before, and they had some really cool pinball machines. They had a lot of classic games. I played Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. for the first time.
Which you'd never played.
I played the original Popeye arcade game, which was very cool.
And I'd never actually played that game before.
Yeah, and we played a good bit of the X-Men arcade game, and that is why we decided to do this, because we were in an X-Men mood, because that's a really cool game. Like we said, the villains are a little tedious, because it's just the same robots kind of over and over, but
and then in the second stage it's Lizard Men.
So
it's a little more interesting. Oh, good, there's Busted Sim. Okay, so we just don't have a lot of folks watching yet, and people hadn't commented. I just wanted to make sure people could see us.
Yeah, like we always want to make sure before you get 2 hours into a stream.
Yeah, because I've made that mistake before. Remember that stream I did once years ago where we were muted for half an hour and didn't know it?
Yeah, you gotta look at the
that is
chat.
Live streaming 101. But we do it all the time now, so I have a
oh yeah, you're a pro now.
Better understanding of how to do this properly. Okay, so tonight we're gonna watch, like I said, 4 episodes, and they're all in the description there. You can watch this on Disney Plus, of course, and it's gonna be a lot of fun introducing DJ to more of this show. Jason and I picked an eclectic assortment of episodes and tried to pick some stuff that will be some just silly and weird. And we went ahead and threw Nightcrawler in there because I know you like Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
and cool. Because that's one of Jason's favorite episodes. And Jason, did we pick the Juggernaut episode or Jason's favorite episode of the series? I think we did because he asked for that. Yeah. Adam March, how much wine are we having tonight? Well, we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what happens.
So far, just this smaller glass.
Look, I wasn't planning on doing this on the stream, and then DJ's wife just handed it to me. She was like, "Hey, Cap, I remember from 24 hours ago that you liked wine."
Yeah, she's got a heck of a memory on her.
Those were her exact words. Okay, is everybody ready? Make sure to rig up the first episode. It's season 1, episode 6, Cold Vengeance, and we're going to go with the episode numbers that are on Disney Plus. Hopefully I've got it all lined up that way properly. We'll find them if I'm wrong about it. But Disney Plus, unless they changed it, DJ has these in the broadcast order instead of the original true order. And it is awkward watching it that way because you'll get plot points for things that haven't happened yet. And that becomes really problematic. Like, it was bad enough with Batman. They fixed that now on HBO Max. It was bad enough with Batman when they had it in the air order because, have I ever told you about that?
No.
So that show, in the way it was broadcast, starts with a two-parter, and they put 2 episodes in between the 2 episodes of the two-parter.
Wow. That's pretty dumb.
It was nuts. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know of anything else that ever did that. And that was Cat in the Claw, which is not a good episode to start with anyway. And it wasn't on Leather Wings like it should have been. It was that, or maybe Christmas with the Joker was the actual first put together. I think it was on Leather Wings. But anyway, it was really
That's
weird.
Always confusing when they do that. They did it with Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, where there's like 4 episodes before you get to Breakout, where the Avengers come together. But they showed Breakout as the first episode when they aired it because they wanted, look, it's an Avengers show. So, like, if you watch that, it was like, oh, there's a Breakout. And then you go back to, like, the Thor episode and the Ant-Man episode and the Captain America. He wasn't there yet, but you go back to all the individual characters. It's really awkward to try to watch it like that. So, hopefully Disney Plus has that in the right order now.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it since they got it, but that's a show I need to finally watch all the way through. I just got, because I watched some of that when it was on, and I got kind of... uninterested in finishing it, or kind of, bummed out because they didn't get to finish it.
Yeah, I've only seen the first season of that. I haven't watched the second season yet.
It's kind of the Spectacular Spider-Man thing.
Mm-hmm. 2 seasons and out.
Yeah, well, hopefully everybody has this rigged up now. We've rambled on long enough. Hopefully you've had the time to set up the first episode. Episode 6, it's Cold Vengeance, and this is the one where Wolverine fights Sabretooth, and that's what DJ remembers, just constant Sabretooth fighting.
In the snow.
There's some setup for this that you've not seen that it will give you a little bit of on previously on X-Men. And if we have time, we might even at the end of this watch previously on X-Men, because it's my favorite YouTube video of all time.
Oh, really? Wow. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you don't? You don't? That's exciting. Okay. So are we on timestamp 0, DJ? Because I can't actually see the timestamps the way you have this set up right now.
All the way back, yes, sir.
Okay, Busted Sim, it's Cold Vengeance. Now, my apologies, because I'm not going to have the... I guess I should have tried to rig this up somehow, but DJ has a different setup than I do, and we needed to get started, so I don't have a timer on the screen right now. Oh. So if anybody... I just thought of that. I was like, oh, we should have done that. If anybody needs a timestamp, mention it in the comments there. Tom, he says he can't find the episode.
Episode 6.
Episode 6. It's Cold Vengeance. Ask for a timestamp when we get into this. Okay, here we go. And hopefully somebody in the comments can help you there, or I can help. If necessary. DJ, are you ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Let's go all the way back to 1992. Here goes. Everybody, please press play right now.
Oh, it worked. The computer didn't explode. We made it through. Hey, there it is.
We had a weird close call at the beginning of this that we don't have to get into, but that's a meme. That's a very popular meme.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen that.
I wonder if Wolverine at any point will say, I am Cold Vengeance.
I don't think he's going to call himself Cold Vengeance, but I think there is a good chance that we'll get at least one Gene this evening before we're through.
Oh, Callisto.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was on the VHS. This was included. I remember this. Because I didn't know. There it is.
Gene. Yeah, but we haven't gotten a Gene. Hopefully we'll get that. So we were talking earlier today about...
lightsabers.
Yeah. Double-sided lightsaber. That was ahead of its time by a few years.
Oh, yeah. That's where they got it from.
So, look, that's like foreshadowing. Did you see that?
What a little, wimp Wolverine is. He just tears the picture in half and runs away.
We were talking at the arcade today that we went to. We like DJ, we found a really cool barcade, and I got to show DJ lots of games he'd never played before. We were talking about 80s versus 90s costumes, and we were talking about how this costume actually is probably Storm's best costume.
Yeah, I like the white. It's really cool. Now, this is, of course, Beast's best costume.
Yeah, where he just has trunks. But I think we both agreed that Wolverine's 80s costume is probably technically his best costume, even if I'm more nostalgic for the yellow.
Yeah, I liked that. I liked the Cyclops, because in the arcade game, they were all the 80s costumes. I liked how Cyclops looked. Jean never gets a good costume. She looks like she's just, naked.
Half naked? Yeah, it's very strange.
Color. Hey, let's make her outfit, peach or apricot. Like, why did they choose that color of all colors?
Yeah, and it's almost the exact same tone as her skin color, and much of the time it is the same tone because you're going to cut corners.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I would look at that, especially in like comics based on this or, print material with this show. I would look at that and feel like kind of dirty. Like, I'm not supposed to be looking at this.
Yeah,
like, she's so scantily clad, but she's actually not. And where I finally realized I was wrong about it, that she wasn't scantily clad, was I was like, well, her real flesh legs don't have pockets.
Maybe that's her superpower. You don't know. But yeah, and
she's
it's because it's so
telekinetic,
skin tight also.
Telepathic, and has flesh pockets.
It's impossibly skin tight because it's easier just to draw that instead of trying to draw wrinkles and everything.
Atmosphere. Meanwhile, in Canada...
See, this is what we needed at the beginning of X2. Instead of the wolves, he should have been skiing around.
But this is a lot like the beginning of X2. It's true. Yeah, it would have been nice, though, if he had fought Sabretooth at the beginning of that movie. That could have been cool. Or if we'd done anything at all with Sabretooth.
No, but I think he gets killed at the end of off the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, but he's not dead. He's Sabretooth.
Well, he is.
I guess he is dead. They never brought him back. Well, they did for the prequel.
Sabretooth is massive in this show. He's like enormous.
Yep. That was his 90s look. I don't know. I actually always kind of liked this look.
Yeah, it's cool. I have a Marvel Legend from when I was a kid of this costume. It looks great. He's not that top heavy, but...
And there's that silly thing where a lot of X-Men characters have to have... We talked about this somewhere in a video recently, but they have to have the, almost mask.
Yeah, where it just comes like Gambit has the thing where it just comes over his cheeks.
Almost as if they were born that way.
Yeah, how is it staying up on his chin? Like, it comes up his neck and to his chin, but just sticks there. Okay, so that headbutt is actually kind of surprising. Because this show is notorious for nobody really being allowed to hit each other. Spider-Man had a bigger problem with that, of course. Mm-hmm. But this show still had a lot of rolling around. Just like X-Men Origins Wolverine. They just run at each other and
that's true.
Hug each other.
Tom, $2 Super Chat. Flesh pockets is... That's what the kids are calling it. Yep. What did you call it?
He's so dramatic.
Yeah. That was, another thing that the show was either famous or infamous for, depending on who you talk to. The kind of Shakespearean level dialogue.
Here lies Wolverine, cold and defeated.
But go back to Claremont. It's not that far off. Like early Claremont, it's not that far off. This felt really authentic to what the comics were doing, particularly in tone.
Wolverine did this in an ocean with a chunk of ice.
Alone.
It's so Shakespearean. He's literally shaking his fist.
Yep, it's great. He might as well. It might as well be like a Horatio thing. He's just got a skull out like this. This is
there it is. There's the cheek mask.
Yep.
How does that stay?
Why do they even need it? They're not keeping their secret identities secret or identity secret or anything.
Maybe it's just freezing in the X Mansion. There's no HVAC system, so they all have to cover up to the neck.
It seems like if you are a mutant in this world and you decide to fight for anything, you just automatically end up with a costume. As if you were born with it retroactively. But
they come up with it. It's like every time someone joins, it's the next year, and they've come out with new costumes for the team, so nobody matches. It's just like, oh, you got the 2019 model, Gene, and you've got the 2020. Well, I guess this is the 90s, but that always kind of bugged me about X-Men. Is there's a little bit of blue and gold that carries over in some of them, but They don't look like a team to me. They're so unorganized.
See Gene's loving facial expression, darling.
I can't do this. This Professor X's voice is too nasally.
Oh, I love it. It still is kind of my Professor X voice in my head. It's over the top, but everything in the show is.
That's true. It's very heightened.
Yeah, and
look at those glasses.
Nearly every vocal performance has something that's really quotable and really funny from the show. And the stuff that people remember the most, of course, is the ethnic stereotypes. Mm-hmm. But even the voices that don't have that, like Sabretooth, get really amusing things to do.
Yeah.
It's a show that, one of the reasons it's fun to go back to, in some ways it holds up and in some ways it doesn't at all, and that's the juxtaposition that makes it wonderful to watch, that makes it almost more fun the more dated it gets. Because you've got the actual dramatic stuff that really is, like, honest to God good storytelling, and then the super goofy stuff that makes it a cartoon still. But again, the comics had a lot of that in spades also, where it's like, this is good soap opera, but it's also really silly, melodramatic soap opera.
Yeah, we're watching episode 6, Ryder. That's right. Season 1, episode 6. Cold Vengeance. I love that he's just...
Thanks for that exposition and dialogue, Sabretooth.
A motor? Out here?
Out here, huh?
Look at that. Wolverine had to be saved by a couple of natives. What a chump.
As soon as he noticed a motor, the next thing I was expecting was to hear, "Mush, Miss Tessmacher!"
He's so hairy. Look at that. Shoulder hair. I think this was kind of a cool... In a way, this was a cool episode to have as a kid because it's kind of different. But I didn't know the status quo.
Sure.
I only had the breakaway episode.
Well, that's what I was going to say earlier is in the previous episode, they had Sabretooth, like, trussed up in the X-Mansion, and he's escaped now.
Mm-hmm. It would have been cool to have one other episode. Like, if I had a more standard episode, and then I had this episode. But I only had this. I think it was from, like, a fast food restaurant that had these VHS tapes. Or else I got it secondhand after the fact.
Ryder, we just meant this is the first episode we're watching this evening. It's always funny. Oh yeah, don't go to Genosha. That's a bad idea. Don't go there. You're gonna wind up in slave collars. Don't do it. Jubilee. No, actually, Jubilee, you can do it. That's fine. Everybody else, run. Leave.
We just had a George Lucas style X transition there.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of that. There's a part of me that wishes that we could get a remaster for this show, like some other cartoons, like Batman Animated Series and stuff. But I don't know how well it would clean up because this show was kind of rushed and didn't have the kind of video quality that did in the first place. So I'm actually not sure how well. Like, this doesn't look terrible, but I'm not sure how much better you could clean it up.
Yeah. It's See, this is the one of the problems with this episode is it's a mini series length crammed into like 20 minutes. Like, he's supposed to be with them long enough to like learn their ways and become one of them. Yeah. Sabretooth comes and ruins it, but we only have like 3 minutes to do that part.
And sure, this is a serialized show, and you could do this over more episodes, but who wants to sit through that?
Yeah, I don't think you would want to do that. Wolverine with these guys for...
This show didn't even let him be in Japan for more than one episode at a time, if memory serves.
Yeah, is this kind of the stand-in for that? Or does this show
No, we do that
too?
Well, we get Yuriko. I don't remember if he actually spends time in Japan. I think he does.
Okay.
But we at least get, her coming back for more there's a lot of vengeance in this show.
Cool.
And we have her...
And otherwise.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of the White Stranger story. Like, he comes in and there's a guy in the tribe that doesn't want him.
Yeah.
He's going to make a deal with Sabretooth,
Buster Sim has a good question here. He says, what looks cheaper, this or Spider-Man, the animated series? I'm going to say video quality-wise, they're in the same league. And I don't know if the same animation house made both shows. They've got different... Yep.
Now we're flinging him up in the air like he's at a bar mitzvah.
He's having a great time. They're gonna. Oh yeah, this guy.
This poor guy. See, this guy. He never left the village. He's the guy who peaked in high school.
Yes. He's supposed to. He's very, very jealous.
He was the head of the tribe, and now he's been replaced by this guy with blue hair who came in. Good grief, he's enormous. He's so big.
Dude, that's his mutant power. And don't you want to see?
He has a
so does that hair too.
He's a 14 pack. Do you see his abs?
That's actually where he keeps his cokes. It's literally a 12 pack. But no, let's count him. Yeah, I think it's at least 6. The show's so distracting to try and talk over. Let me answer Busted Sims' question here in a second, or for a second. So, character models and stuff, the art styles are different. I don't know if the same houses animated them. I haven't looked into that. Mm-hmm. I want to get the previously on X-Men making of book, and I'm sure I'll learn a lot of that stuff when I finally get that. It's on my things to buy soon list, and so hopefully I get that in the not-too-distant future, and maybe I'll review it. But anyway, so and actually there's a couple books. That's just prose. And then there's, or I don't think it's got art in it or anything. And then there's also like an art book, and the showrunner did both of those. And recently, the last few years. So, yeah.
Nice. That's really cool. Yeah, I'd love to get more art books like that. I'm thinking of putting more movie art books up on top of the shelves there, which isn't in camera, but just in here.
But
that guy looks like a Simpsons character. Why is he so yellow?
Not yellow. He's not yellow enough, I guess, for Simpsons. Well, just next to that taxi. But I was just going to say, Spider-Man I don't think looks cheaper than this, but I think there's more clear corners cut in, like, I think it has maybe more mistakes, but it also has more like stock footage and repeated footage from flashbacks. And the show doesn't, I don't know if the show ever does the like CG, the like pseudo CG thing that Spider-Man does with like the web slinging and maybe some vehicles in that show. Yeah, like Hobgoblin's glider and stuff like that. I don't know if the show ever goes to that. I can't remember.
Yeah, they definitely do that a lot for the swinging scenes to try to give it more of a visual look.
Writer says this is basically Dances with Wolves. That's probably true.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I haven't either, but I mean, like, I know what it is. Hey, everybody. I think this guy is stealing my mojo.
Don't give in to peer pressure. See, that's that ego, Wolverine. It always gets them.
But yeah, you're right about what you said earlier. There's a lot of truncated in this episode, but then I don't want to spend any more time with it. So like this guy, we have to kind of like simplify and make him really like overly unreasonable to like kind of an annoying degree where it's impossible to sympathize with him. And then at the end, he'll have the clear, easy kind of, opportunity for change if memory serves.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spend an hour with these people, so.
Oh man, look at you. Way to go, dude.
Like, it's a decent character arc for Wolverine, but.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see him, It's weird that he gets along so well with this family so quickly, but then he still fights with the X-Men after living with them for a while. Maybe it's the X-Men that are the problem.
I think it's because they're survivors and he feels more kind of at home with them. And also there's not as much like, you're not going to have the natural soap opera with as many of these characters except for this guy.
Yeah, this is like an after school, but he's literally spelling it out right here. He's like,
yeah,
I've had my character arc. Yep. Go stop Sabretooth.
but like before this, you've got this guy that's intentionally backstabbing him and that kind of thing. He doesn't inherently trust hardly anybody at the X-Mansion, where it's like, what's Gambit's deal? Like who's what is his loyalty? And I like Jean Grey, but Cyclops is in my way, so I don't like that guy, and I think his leadership skills suck, and I'm a loner and all of that. Like having to fight with a team of superheroes versus fishing, it's kind of a different situation.
Yeah, fishing brings people together.
No Thomas Lowe, I have not done a top 10 on this show yet, and I need to do that at some point. But I haven't done those for Rewind in a long time, and now that I'm off the cuff, I haven't decided if I'm going to do exactly that with a show like this, or if I'm just going to do kind of an overview. I don't know yet.
See, he has an 8-pack, and Wolverine only has 4, so he wins.
Well, that at least makes Wolverine the underdog. But see, this is
Snidely Whiplash. This is intense. He's strapped them all to a bridge, and he's going to blow them up.
See, we can do this, but we can't punch anyone in the face.
I don't get the rules at all. It's like we can't punch.
Standards and practices is like, that bomb is fine as long as people don't explode.
he got you there.
Bury it all
You set
right.
him up for that one, Wolverine.
Boy, that was not the right word choice. That's like let him go. You don't say that.
Or like let him have it. Oh, I'll let him have it.
Or my favorite, I better get what's coming to me.
Yeah, something that you
never say that. Oh, what am I about to get? What's coming to you? And that is a huge pet peeve of mine. This should be, I don't know if this is on TV tropes or whatever, but it should be considered a TV and movie trope, right?
Yeah.
Anytime someone says that to you, to a character in a movie, and they don't immediately know what they're talking about, I immediately find them unsympathetic, and they're total idiots. It's like somebody just said to me, and with that kind of like glaring, for the audience kind of subtext.
Yeah.
You're going to get what's coming to you, and like, yay, $100,000. That's not what he meant.
They literally do that in the Boba Fett show, and it's the clip that they cut out as an ad. I've seen a million times on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to that part, I guess, because I watched the first couple episodes and thought it was kind of boring, and I haven't gone back to it, but
I've seen that clip. That's the only clip I've seen because they keep advertising it on YouTube.
What do you think of the Sabretooth voice? How is he even doing it?
It's
like
so
where
raspy.
in your throat do
he
you go?
came in and heard the Wolverine raspy voice and was like, I can top that. Go even raspier.
That's a terrific point. Yeah, and I don't know if the same actor, because it is this actor for Wolverine in the Capcom games, I think.
Uh-oh.
But I don't know if the Sabretooth actor came in and did it.
I don't know.
In Marvel vs. Capcom 2, because I think Sabretooth is in that game.
That's kind of cool. A cool touch.
He's like
stuck his claw
holding himself there with it.
Probably should have just ran off the bridge, though.
I think part of the reason the show does that kind of thing with claws is because he's not allowed to stab anyone. So we got to see him occasionally, being resourceful with his own claws in some way.
I really like the Wolverine look where he's got his mask down, but I wish they had actually. His mask wasn't there at all. They just didn't draw it, but it should be like behind him like a hood.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I've not read a lot of Wolverine, or I have, but I don't remember right now. I just have a question.
Yeah.
Does he have blue hair in the comics, or is that a this show thing? I always thought it was black.
I don't think so. But this show...
Oh, they've just been sitting at a resort this whole time. Way to go, X-Men. What have you been doing?
Well, but Wolverine ran off by himself. He was like, screw you people, and he left. So, they don't know what he's doing. And they're going to get their comeuppance because, like I just, spoiler alert, but we're not watching this episode. The very next episode, they're setting it up right now. They're about to be in slave collars. You'd think they would have had a little bit of downtime there before this happened to them, but like we just skipped all that. And it's a very efficient episode.
We have to get it done. Getting in and out. We have 20 minutes.
So this is not a bad episode. In sequence, it watches very nicely, DJ. This is an unfortunate thing to have on a VHS tape and watch over and over again.
The only one I had, yeah.
Isn't that like reading part 3 of 6 in an arc, and that's the only issue you have of a comic book?
I never had like more than one issue in a story arc as a kid. I just had random issues that I found.
So, can we talk for a second about how expensive running Genosha has to be? Like, you kidnap these people, you put them in a house, and they have powers and they're going to fight you. And then in order to get the slave collars on them, you blow up the house! Is that in your budget? Did you have funds relegated for this?
Oh, that's cool.
And then you always got to be continued. It's a great shot for that.
It's a great shot, yeah. Oh, wow. I love it. What are we looking at here? So,
I'm pretty sure that it looks like she's naked, but she has flesh pockets. It's very strange. Anyway, so
this is so weird. Why would they do a different anime?
It's yeah.
Okay, we'll go back to the episode choice.
What was I saying? Okay, so the credits there with the weird CG computer spinning action figures.
You're about to start a video game.
I'm pretty sure they didn't do them this early, but Disney Plus just has that ending for all of these, or maybe some of them they traded out with the other one. I'm not sure, but I don't remember that being there right at the beginning. I think that was like a season 3 thing, maybe as early as 2. I don't know. Busted Sim, okay, I may not have liked the portrayal of Canada's landscape, but I do appreciate that Canada is where you make friends, and anywhere else is a violent hellscape. Hilarious. Okay, that's great. let's pull up.
And the next episode that we're watching.
I would like to know if Austin would agree with that. Oh yeah, that thing's great. Does that remind you a little bit of the face in space in Power Rangers? The face in the sky. What was it? Lokar from Doomsday.
Oh.
You remember that?
That's a deep pull there.
Oh, that's my favorite episode of season 1.
Oh.
You remember when we talked about that?
I do remember, but I haven't gone back to season 1 a lot.
Sure. We're gonna go to season 1, or season 2. Pardon me. Episode what? 8?
9.
Or was it 9? We were talking. Well, let me jump over here.
Yeah, Rogue's Tale.
Yeah. Okay. So this is another of Jason's favorite episodes, and it gives you the origin for why Rogue has all the powers she wasn't born with. And I don't know if you know about any of this, but it's really interesting. And this is not like a super funny one or anything, if memory serves, but it's great. And I let Jason throw episodes at me, and I thought this was a good one to go ahead and watch. So
cool. Well, let's check it out.
It may not be as much fun for you while we're talking over it, but you'll at least get the gist of it. It's cool. I think this might be the one where Rogue does the crazy flying through a bunch of floors of a building thing, though. And if it is that one, I hope that's this one, because that's amazing. But if it's not, if we have time, I am going to try to show you previously on X-Men, and you'll get to see it there. So, okay. All right, is everybody ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Make sure you're at timestamp 0 of Season 2, Episode 9. It's still on Disney Plus, and get ready to press play as soon as I say now. Here we go. Actually, we've never done this before. We're in person. I'm gonna let DJ do it. You ready, DJ?
Oh my gosh, such pressure.
I know. Here. You have the mouse.
Oh,
you have control. I'm gonna give you the floor. Are you ready? You've never done, after a million commentaries, you've never gotten to do. Maybe there's a Power Ranger somewhere where I had you do it. I don't know, but I'm gonna let you do it. Are you ready?
Maybe I did run some of those, but yeah, I'll do it. I'm gonna do the Chris Pratt gift. Okay, here we go.
It was so close. That you clearly see that GIF way too often. Okay.
All the time.
Everybody ready?
Everybody ready? Please press play right now.
That was excellent. Well done. Good job.
That's a natural. I've seen the professional do it so many times. That's a good idea. Let's disrobe a little here. It's getting hot.
We've got to put on our Jean Grey costumes.
I'm gonna take off my Shang-Chi jacket.
I have another question for you. Why does Gambit have red eyes and no pupils?
That's all that kinetic energy pulsing through his body.
So you think Cyclops would also have that if you took his visor off and you didn't get killed looking into his eyes? Maybe he does have that.
I think so.
Yeah.
You can't stop the stuff from coming out, so you never see it.
Yeah. I can't remember if they drew him like that in the comics or if that's just the show.
Earlier, while we were at the arcade, you said something. You think this is the best and definitive Rogue costume.
I do.
I don't know if I agree with you. I like her in a brown jacket instead of the green.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about the brown jacket. Well, again, it's kind of that's brown.
It's like an olive green in here. I didn't remember that.
Oh. Well, she's got the jacket over the spandex though.
Yeah.
Oh, but you think that jacket's not brown?
See, it's green.
Oh, it's green there. Oh, you know what? You're right. Okay.
Such a good intro.
Maybe you're right.
I like that this is like mostly...
We do need to talk about that, yeah.
Just intro footage, whereas they pull a lot of footage from the show for the Spider-Man one.
Yep.
This is kind of just its own thing.
Yeah, it has
All
that.
of it is, actually.
It has that in common with Batman, except Batman was like a whole sequence. It's like a, cartoon episode all of itself. This is more like...
A promo reel for the X-Men. It's got all their... It's like Power Rangers where it shows their name.
I was going to say, it's like a sitcom or something, except, action-driven. It's like the A-Team or something, right?
Yeah. That's a good shot with the Magneto.
And, of course, obligatorily, I have to mention, that theme is Wasserman.
Yes. I do know that.
Which I was shocked to find that out when I went to Power Morphicon back in 2016. I didn't know that. And he mentioned it in his panel, and I was like...
We got to do a top 10 superhero... theme songs.
Oh, maybe that was another one we talked about with it. Because remember earlier today we were like, we had 4 ideas for music lists for Rewind, and we couldn't remember what they were. Look at that thing.
Wow, good grief.
What if that was your mutant power?
She's got MJ's boots on from Spider-Man.
That's true.
Cowboy boots.
Oh, that's Mystique. That's right.
She can turn into like a gremlin thing in this show.
Yeah, she can turn all the
Look at that cape. Look at Sinister. That cape.
So one of the most nostalgic things for this show to me is just Sinister's design. I love what he looks like. Remember I showed you an action figure earlier today and you went, look at his smile. Like he has this giant, all the time. I love it. I love Sinister in the show.
Does he rhyme? He just said it like a poem.
I don't think that was on purpose, but he doesn't usually do that.
You accidentally rhyme slaughter with daughter.
Everything about him feels real.
Oh, that was a cool shot.
Almost supernatural. Like
all the way down to the blue lips.
He looks like a vampire. He's got the super sharp teeth. He's got that. They do that cool modulation on his voice where he sounds otherworldly. Mm-hmm. I love that. And you can have that and just be a mutant. Somebody's not going to get their lemonade.
Oh, I'm sorry, what about Nick Fury? He was standing behind the melon counter. There's this guy with an iPad. Oh, that's who that was. That's skill. Pyro can make shapes out of his fire.
So now I'm flashing back to... I don't remember a lot about this game, but I'm flashing back to... That's a famous moment in the show. Did you just call me... But Tutti Frutti! I was going to mention something. I can't remember what I was talking about.
I was going to say in the last episode, I was very impressed that they had Storm just in regular clothes. That seems like something you wouldn't do. Like, you just cut them... Oh, she's in her costume like everybody else.
They do a lot of that in the show. It's not just Storm. We have a lot... Well, we had a couple other characters in that scene that were also in civilian garb because they were going on vacation and they're not going to dress like superheroes. So, like, Jubilee was wearing civilian clothes, too. And they do that a lot in this show. They'll go to the mall and they'll have regular clothes. And that's one of the things that dates the show because it's very 90s fashions.
Yeah.
I know what I was going to say.
Also 90s muscles.
I'm reminded of the first level of... It's either X-Men Legacy or Legacy 2. I think it's the first one. Where the first, like, mini-bosses you deal with, I think, are both Pyro and... either the Blob or Avalanche, but I think it's Avalanche. But I forget now. DJ's engrossed in the episode.
Wow, weird. Yeah, they're...
You played the Legacy games, right?
Yes. Are you talking about, X-Men Legends, you mean?
Legends, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 and 2, yeah. 2 gets crazy with, like, Shadow King and stuff.
But do you remember that? One of those games, the first level, has you fighting Pyro, and I think it's Avalanche, but it might be Blob, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But that's what I was trying to get you to tell me.
Because there's the whole new character with Magma, which I always thought was pretty cool.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I love those games because I don't like full-on RPGs, but I like action RPGs where I can just play the game, but I can also just like explore the mansion and like talk to people.
Yeah.
I thought it was the perfect blend.
Now she's got photos.
The first 2 X-Men Legend games and the first Ultimate Alliance game I really liked. Those 3 were great.
If memory serves, this is going to be where Rogue finds out that Mystique is her mother, or she just already knows it.
Seizures.
And we find... I can't remember, but this is like the huge character episode for Rogue. And I think I'm right that we're going to see the crazy flying thing in a building she does in this episode. And that is Jason's favorite line in the series. Which is why he wanted us to watch it, I'm sure. And he just loves this episode. But yeah, Jason says that all the time. Like, he'll be playing with his brothers, like, outside, and he'll just go, leave me alone!
Careful, Shia. Yeah, the voice. She has a great voice in this. The raspy voice that Rogue has.
Yeah, I like it a lot. She's doing a really over-the-top Southern accent.
Yeah.
But she's also clearly a really good voice actress. And I'm interested to see how everybody sounds decades later in the new show when they bring everybody back. And who they ultimately won't be able to bring back, because I'm sure there's going to be some people that don't come back for it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I also have a little bit of a raspy voice today. I shot my voice out talking in that arcade for a few hours because it was loud and I had to speak up a little bit.
Oh, sorry about that.
No worries. So this is... normal human face Mystique. This is like...
No, it's not.
This is her mother.
No.
Who is this woman?
Do you want me to tell you? Because it's a reveal.
Oh, okay. I'll just wait and see.
Yeah, this is that episode. This is so much fun. That's That's a sting in the music I always like a lot. Oh yeah, this whole thing is weird because she ends up shape-shifting just her voice for a minute.
Oh.
Yeah, this whole thing is a really neat mystery, and I don't want to tell you too much if you want to just watch it while I'm talking over it irritatingly.
Thank you, Gene. Thanks for telling us what's going on.
I'm putting my fingers on the sides of my head, on my temples. She's about to do it, and it's going to be amazing. Here we go. She's floating around. Yes!
Whoa.
Here we go!
That's crazy.
It's my favorite action bit in this whole show. So look at that!
That's awesome.
Get Storm to follow her. This episode is the perfect example of simultaneously the drama is very good and everything is cracking me up all at the same time. I don't know how it gets away with it, but it's wonderful. It's like if you almost want to watch it in two different ways, maybe two different times. Like put yourself in the character's shoes, and this is all like very scary and very dramatic, and there's a lot of tension, and then just watch it as an adult, not and remembering you're watching a cartoon, and it's freaking hilarious. I love it. You can't take this show too seriously, but it's also disingenuous to not take it seriously at all, because there is some really good stuff happening here, both in what they draw straight from Claremont and stuff they make up themselves.
I like the white eyes. Oh, so those are like. Wait, why does she have two of them if it's a communicator?
Yeah, she's got like a TNG communicator badge.
But she has two. I guess one of them is just a fake one.
You think she ever feels embarrassed if she presses the wrong one? It's like, oh, this doesn't do anything. It's this one. That's right. Speaking of X's on people, one of my favorite complaints about the show is a thing that Jason brought up last time we were watching the show. We were watching a two-parter set in the future that's like a follow-up to Days of Future Past.
Oh.
And Cable's in that episode.
She did the voice right there.
And Cable, because history has been changed, doesn't know who the X-Men are. And he goes, who are the X-Men? But his costume, he's got X's on it. He doesn't know who the X-Men is, but his costume still has X's on it.
That's amazing. Oh, no. She pepper sprayed her in the face. See,
which one is the real one?
She knew which one was the communicator.
Yeah, why would she know that? But of course, if she pressed hers, it wouldn't do anything because she's Mystique.
Yeah, it's like X-Men 1 where claws don't do anything.
So this is the actual woman, and Mystique was pretending to be her.
Oh.
And
so it was someone from Rogue's past.
Yes. Or I shouldn't have said earlier that Rogue was like shape-shifting that voice, but like was... It doesn't actually really make sense, but she was doing that voice because of what's going on with the flashbacks. X-Fools!
Avalanche has a really dumb-looking costume.
You know, I'm usually a little bit farther away from the camera on my end. This tattoo is huge on your monitor. Like, it's preposterously large.
Oh, I like his stick.
Yes, he has a super cool staff.
Extendable.
Ooh, Cyclops looks better with that jacket. He should wear it all the time.
Yeah, it does look really cool. Whoa, that's a... Needs
That's
salt.
great.
I love that Wolverine is just cracking jokes.
Yeah, there's a lot of great quips in this. If you don't mind superhero one-liners, this show has some good, and it has some stupid ones, but it has some pretty fun ones. And often in the same episode.
Everyone's got these same green jackets. This must be standard issue. Why is that the one thing they can all match with? But everything else is just completely...
See, that's why I wasn't really thinking about it before with her.
That's cool. I love the popping through the floor effect.
Boy, she's smashing everything. I also like that this is a showcase for just how powerful Rogue is and everything she can do with her powers, because that's a lot of what this episode's about.
Very similar to the last episode where it's a rogue-centered story. We had a Wolverine-centered story.
That's true, but what I mean is we're about to find out that this is about the origin of why she has the extra power she has. Mm-hmm. And so it's cool that we've been using them all throughout this. That's weird.
That sound transition.
It's weird that we go as far with Rogue in the show as if she touches somebody that has like a mutant with different skin color, she gets that skin color.
I guess that makes sense. That's part of their mutantness.
That's true. Okay, but here's a question. Would she just automatically look like Beast if she touched Beast, since he only looks like that because he transformed? But then maybe she's getting... But if she's getting the mutated DNA, then maybe still.
Maybe so.
I don't know. What if she touched Man Spider? Would she turn into a Man Spider?
She would get 6 arms. I hope we get some Beast. Beast is my favorite X-Man.
Oh, I don't think we're doing a big Beast-centered episode.
He's got a good episode in Spider-Man, though.
It's okay.
Well, I just mean he's featured in a Spider-Man episode. Good grief, and do them much better. She's made a fire dog.
It's weird. There's more depth to this character model than other character models. Are you noticing that?
Like detail, especially when she's in this.
Yeah, I'm saying in this suit, outfit, in this outfit. Yeah.
Oh wow, there she is. That's so cool. Ms. Marvel. Wonder if we'll ever get Ms. Marvel in the MCU.
As opposed to Miss Marvel?
Yeah.
I don't think we will. Because Captain Marvel wasn't Ms. Marvel first, and then you're making a joke, aren't you? I'll stop talking about this now. See, she's flying a plane because she can't fly herself yet, and then
Yeah, this is a good way to do, because this was kind of convoluted in the comics, right? This is a good way to kind of condense this all down to one.
I don't know how she has all those powers in the comics.
I think it's still related to Ms. Marvel.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was never sure. I just know that from this.
I read a lot of like Marvel encyclopedias as a kid. That's where I got all my information, because I didn't actually read.
You didn't read a lot of comics?
So
yeah.
I think it's similar. I think they just condense it here like they do in the 90s show a lot.
Well, and Miss Marvel herself is a really convoluted character, like her background and everything. I don't love that movie, but in its defense, that is also a really difficult origin to give to the mainstream. Like,
yeah.
All the lore about the Kree and everything, it's very complicated and strange. And
yeah, and the origin of that movie wasn't really the big issue it had. It was
sure.
Kind of where it just kind of doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, she doesn't have much of an aura. Yeah. And it ruins a lot of things that we had already. Like, Nick Fury makes no sense after that movie. And, yeah. And the cat thing still pisses me off. So yeah, I think it's really interesting that we're like 2.5 seasons into the show before we finally... And we're not even building up to the mystery. There's no talk about it. Nobody ever says, like, why do you have so many different powers that are all unrelated? Like, they just give this character to us. And we're like, okay, I guess she can...
Yeah,
as a kid, if you're thinking about it, you might think it's a trade-off thing where it's like, well, if you can't touch people and that's a tragedy, so you get all these other cool powers to make up for it.
Maybe. I like the way the X-Men movies went. I think that's a cool enough power on its own. I don't think she needs like extra powers. Obviously, this is cool, but like the stories they were telling in the live action films, I'm glad they just...
I'm not a purist enough where I feel like she needed to have all of that. And like, how would you give us that? Especially because they didn't have access to Miss Marvel, so they would have to come up with something else. So how do you... And maybe they could have come up with some kind of cool explanation, but like, how do you make her fly and have super strength?
Yeah.
You have to make up something.
It would have had to be related to the machine at the end of the first movie. Like some mutant with those powers comes in and like explodes. And...
That's pretty good though. Yeah, she could have just... Well, because the problem is, if she holds on too long in those movies, they could have just changed it.
Yeah.
But she's not as powerful as she is in this, or the comics. Because in the movies, she'll just kill you if she holds on too long. And she'll have your powers for a while, but it's still temporary. She's not going to keep them forever.
Yeah.
And here she held her for so long, but like Ms. Marvel's still in a coma. She still didn't kill her.
Yeah. But that would ruin that movie because you need Wolverine to save her at the end. That's the whole thing.
Well, and they also were trying to kind of make her, in a way, character-wise at least, a blend of Rogue and Kitty Pryde.
Mm-hmm.
So of course they didn't give her the walking through walls powers, but it would be kind of weird if like that character was too powerful, because she's supposed to be like a innocent enough teenager who is, you know, off on her own and needs help from Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
So if she could fly from the beginning. But I like your idea of it having something to do with the machine at the end. That's also, but I'm also fine that they didn't do that.
Yeah, I like that they didn't.
I don't know about you, but I've always actually liked in the first X-Men, because I don't usually like cutesy origins for things, but I actually liked the streak of white hair coming from that. That worked for me.
It's okay. It doesn't. I don't understand it at all. I don't know why that did that, but
doesn't make a lot of sense. But I like that. I like it symbolically because like she's coming more into her own.
Yeah. Yeah, it has more meaning to it. When it's just a dumb joke, then that's what
I love the tears, man. That's pretty cool.
This is a very emotional, very melodramatic,
but real watchable.
Yeah.
Does this dreamscape stuff remind you of Doctor Strange a little bit?
I don't know.
It's not super Ditko-y, but it kind of reminds... Well, it's a little Ditko-y.
Yeah. I mean, it reminds me of X-Men Apocalypse, of course, when Professor X gets really big.
Oh, remember that?
Yeah, that great bit of cinema.
Sure. Could you stop? Do you, like, not like me? Is that the whole thing? I flew all the way here just for you to remind me of that movie again? Ooh, let's do this. Do you prefer the comic book and the traditional Mystique look like this, or the movie Mystique? I think they're both really cool.
I prefer this look-wise, but the movie makes sense, like, because she has to be shapeshifting a bunch of people. She can't be wearing clothes.
Yeah, the only thing I've never understood about that is why she can't just shapeshift clothes. We don't talk enough about how much concentration she has to give when she. It doesn't look like she's straining that hard when she turns into when she looks like somebody else is the problem.
Yeah.
So there's really no reason she has to walk around naked necessarily, and we have that silly explanation in First Class of like, well, I shouldn't have to. And it's like, but people don't walk around naked. Like, you don't have to look like you have to look normal. You can still be blue and look like yourself, but just shapeshift clothes.
Yeah, but that's just him being poetic. It does take concentration because that's what they illustrate in that scene. She's holding the weight. She's holding the weights, and then he drops the weights on her, and as soon as she puts all of her focus on catching the weights, she turns back to herself.
Okay, in that movie, but the 3 movies she was in before that, I never got the sense she had to work that hard.
Yeah, but she's much better at it by then. That's like way later. She's much older.
Okay, but then why at that point shouldn't she shifting clothes? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she's been doing it for decades. Why would she just all of a sudden say, she works?
Because she gets cold, DJ.
She can just shapeshift some fur. Well, that's different anime.
And she doesn't.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's weird. There was, I don't know where that image, you guys aren't looking at this. He's looking at an image on Disney Plus of Cable and Wolverine and Cyclops and Jubilee. I don't know what that is, but there's a lot of like coloring books and stuff from this show that looked more like that, where it's flatter.
Yeah. That's very weird.
Okay, let me bring up the next episode. We're actually going to take a real quick break. Give us about 3 to 4 minutes, and we don't actually... Hang on, real quick. Let me tell everybody what we're watching next. Okay, it's Jason's favorite episode.
Season 3?
He loves Juggernaut. But I was like, really, Jason? Like, is that going to be a fun episode to watch for a DJ, or do you just want us to watch because it's your favorite? And you reminded me of a couple of really silly things that happen in this because I wanted like fun stuff to talk over. Yeah. And he was like, no, you need to do Juggernaut Returns.
That looks interesting to me.
So that's what we're doing. What do you just went right past it.
Oh, what's that? 17?
Well, it's not that, apparently. See, Disney Plus has it all mixed up. It's probably in season 2. See, on Disney Plus, they've even got the seasons mixed up. Oh. There's episodes in one season that should be in a different one and stuff.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's complicated. So let me find out where it is in Disney Plus, guys. My apologies. I don't see it still. Surely they didn't throw it all the way in 4. Oh, okay.
Yep, there it is.
In Disney Plus, it's season 4, episode 1.
That's strange.
That's where they've got it.
All right, let's watch some Juggernaut in a minute. Can't wait.
Let's do that, shall we? Okay, let me just go ahead and pause this for us. And yeah, we don't actually have a still thing set up right now, do we? So you guys are just gonna look at DJ's movies, I guess.
That's fine. It kind of looks like a still image. Just the background.
Okay, we'll see you guys in 4 to 5 minutes. And if anybody pops in and is wondering what in the world's happening, where they're just looking at a still image of DJ's movies, just let them know that we're on a break, and we'll be right back. Oh, people can actually see us right now. They don't know what we're saying, but see, I'm not used to that. I'm used to having a still image up, and we're just being silly, and people are like, oh, they're walking around. Something is happening. Or there's nobody left here. Yeah, we don't have as much of a turnout as we usually do on a Friday night. And I'm thinking it's because we started too early, and folks are used to popping in with us after 10, and it's a Friday, and people have better things to do. But thanks for being here if you're watching, and hopefully a few people come in after the fact, because I think this has been a fun stream, and DJ, and we'll try to make the rest of it also fun.
Yeah, let's do it. You ready to watch some Juggernaut?
Here comes the lesser back half. Yeah, so this is Juggernaut Returns. You've never seen Juggernaut in the show, but now he's returning. And it's Jason loves Juggernaut, and this is his favorite episode, or definitely one of them. And we let him give us a lot of ideas tonight. And I said he and I picked them together. Jason. I think everything I went ahead and went with were things that he said maybe we should do.
Oh, sweet.
But yeah. Jason loves the show and remembers more things about it at the moment than I do, so... Pardon me. Ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Okay, timestamp 0. You've had plenty of time. Hopefully you got it set up. Season 4, Episode 1, according to Disney+. It's wrong, but go with it. Everybody, please press play. Right. Now. Hold on. Stop. Everybody go back. It didn't work for some reason. I tried to press play. It didn't happen. Everybody go back. Go back to timestamp 0. Back to timestamp 0.
Hold on.
Everybody good? Okay. Butts and Sim, it's Friday and people have better things to do. Thanks for highlighting the emptiness of my life, Cap. Hey, this is a thing to do. This is a very fun thing to do, and I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. Everybody, please press play. Right now. Previously.
Or at that time, narrator.
Did you know that previously there was Juggernaut before he returns?
Look at that Colossus in that white tank top.
So we thought about doing the Colossus episode, the first Colossus episode tonight.
Does he have a really thick Russian accent in this, like a cartoony one?
Yes, and 18 times in that episode he says the phrase, "my family," and it's one of my favorite things about the show. It's hilarious.
Whoa, she's
being possessed.
Powers? Wow. Whoa, did you see him just shoot out of his chair? That was cool. I didn't know he had an eject button.
He had an eject button.
Professor X just went, slid right out of the bottom of his chair.
Look, someone stopped the Juggernaut.
Yeah,
it takes an alien from
This is
space.
really taking all the fear. Like, I'm not afraid of the Juggernaut because I'm seeing him just get his butt kicked from the whole previously by Rogue and Gladiator and everything.
That's a terrific point you're making. We're going to make Juggernaut scarier by taking frames out.
Gosh.
What's up? Is something happening?
No, I'm just turning on Do Not Disturb so those notifications don't pop.
Oh, I thought the fries were done.
And we're back to this song. Always great. This is one that never gets old. That's the
And it's one of the most fun songs to cover, apparently, because there's a lot of really good ones.
That's what makes a good theme song. It's not just something that you like. You have to watch it 100 times and never get tired of it.
Yep. X-Men has it, Power Rangers has it, Batman has it.
Smallville, we could rattle off a top 10 probably pretty quickly.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the list is right now. Is it just superhero shows?
Yeah, I guess.
Because I want to do it with specifically cartoons. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Ultimate Spider-Man not Ultimate Spider-Man, pardon me, not that show. I don't know what the intro for that is. Spectacular Spider-Man has one of the best.
Oh, yeah.
It's wonderful. Spectacular. Another one is Superhero Squad.
Oh,
Superhero Squad, hero up! Superheroes. That's gonna make mine probably.
That sounds like Paw Patrol-ish to me.
No, it's way better than that. It sounds like an Offspring song. Oh. It's neat. It's and it's done by Perry Grip, which is a group that is most known for really silly, irritating, but intentionally so, poppy songs about food and Apple products, and my kids love them, and they're like It's Raining Tacos. You ever heard It's Raining Tacos? That's Perry Grip. They did that theme song before they did a lot of that stuff. But
you ever see that YouTube video where it's the It's Raining Men song, but it's the scene from X-Men First Class where Azazel's dropping all the guys?
Yes, that's amazing. I forgot about that. Wow. A lot of tablet MacGuffins in Fox Marvel shows.
Yeah, a lot of ancient, apparently mutants have been around for a long time in this universe.
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't remember if Apocalypse is actually a mutant in this. And I'm always like, is he a mutant in the comics? Like
all the Egyptian show,
or was he like the first mutant?
The Egyptian stuff is all over the X-Men Evolution show. I know that. Because I've seen all of
Like,
that
I know
show.
Namor's supposed to be the first mutant. But
I'm weird. I've seen all of X-Men Evolution, none of this. I've seen
look at his head.
all of the Batman show, none of the TAS Batman show.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, though, because that was the time where it was aimed at your age group, right?
Yeah.
So you've seen a lot of the next iterations.
This was like 94 this was, or 95?
92 this started.
Oh, I was born in 92. So
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, but what's really interesting, now that you're saying that, is you were affected by a first round of superhero reboots before movies were doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You ever thought of that?
It's true.
Because now you got kids growing up that are into like the third and fourth, like the second, third, fourth iterations of things. Like if your kid was born 5 years ago, the first and potentially only version of Spider-Man they'll know is MCU Spider-Man. If they don't go back and look at anything else. Or they're just watching what's current, right? Now, to be fair, because of streaming, a lot of kids probably are going back and seeing older stuff because they really like a character. There's now more stuff to look at than just the Marvel Encyclopedia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I never, as a kid, I never once thought like, oh, wait, this doesn't match with what I've seen. I was just like, oh, this is a different show. This is...
Sure. That guy needs to shave.
Yeah, very
It's real
stubborn.
bad.
His chin looks like Wolverine's shoulders. See, he has a new helmet. He's got it bolted in this time, so Rogue can't rip it
Oh my
off.
God. I love the way he's driving this taxi where he's turned it into a convertible.
His head is just sticking up out of the top.
Busted Sim, that's great. He said, thanks for your comments, man. He says, they all laughed at me. Yeah, dude, you're acting extremely laughable.
I love Professor X's eyebrow. I keep commenting on superficial things, but look at Professor X's eyebrows. He's got like the Jason Momoa eyebrows that go like...
They're weirder in this episode than in some other places where it's like, I don't think it's just the shape of his eyebrows. I think he just needs to get them trimmed
Yeah, they're going rogue.
at this point. Okay, did you have the same thought that I did when those popped up? Sometimes they're sprinklers, and sometimes they fire lasers.
Yeah, it's really problematic when they hit the wrong button and the gardener's out there and they just shoot off the laser.
And then he's a dead person. Oh my God. Hey, DJ.
Oh, this is very Wonder Woman 84. Oh no.
Guess what? I got it. Guess what you're gonna get to see.
I don't know. Am I going to get to see the I'm the Juggernaut? No, that's not. That's
not going to be in this. But that movie is the reason that Jason loves Juggernaut. And he was disappointed with him in Deadpool 2. I don't understand that.
He's amazing in Deadpool 2. He's enormous.
I think so too. Yeah, he doesn't like that he didn't get enough to do, and I'm like, but he doesn't get a lot in X3. And he's like, but X3 is what introduced me to him. And
yeah,
whatever.
That always gives things a pass.
That is a really purple bike. Anyway, guess what you're going to get in this?
I don't know.
Xavier's crazy scream is in this episode.
He's going to grab him out of his little chair. He's not going to hit the eject button in time. He's going to grab him and he's going to go, Wah! How does he do it? Oh, there he goes. It's the opposite of the rogue thing.
He's going down. Well, but he only went through one story.
Yeah, but it was a really high ceiling.
It was. It's true.
I guess he has like invulnerable ankles where he can just land without taking any impact. See, he's got a green jacket. They all have the green jacket.
Green jackets, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Are they trying to be kind of military with it?
It looks very military, yeah. Oh, we got Juggernaut in the danger room. This is a cool episode. Good job, Jason.
Yeah. You know what's kind of cool, though? The idea that you're all wearing superhero costumes that are your own individual, unique costume, but you also have uniforms.
You have team jackets
on top of it. Yeah, that's cool. I've never thought of that before, which makes me dumb. But I had never had that thought. I forgot about. I'm starting to understand why Jason loves this episode so much. It's not just Juggernauts in it.
Oh my gosh.
He fights Hulk.
He fights the Hulk?
Yeah.
This is amazing. It's not the same character model from the 90s Hulk show. It's very different.
And it's not actual Hulk.
Yeah.
But it's cool that the show goes out of its way to be like we're in the Marvel Universe proper. Like 2 episodes in a row that we're watching. You saw Miss Marvel and Hulk.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Obviously, this was way before the Hulk animated show, so yeah, it would be different.
This is really fun to watch.
I like that Hulk
talk
model.
over.
It was a small, like 7 foot, like first appearance Hulk.
It's old school.
I like that.
It's 60s Hulk, yeah.
And he still had like it was 100% his first appearance because not because it was green, but it had the white ripped shirt still. He wasn't completely shirtless. That was cool.
Oh, I remember this. So, and there's a character, by the way, that's a lot like this in a Tick episode, and I don't think it's intentionally making fun of this, but it feels like it now that I'm looking at this. The wimpy guy with the belt that makes him huge. But anyway.
Oh, he's the leader. He doesn't just have a green jacket. He has a whole green suit.
I always forget that Juggernaut has this like ancient ruins connection, this like ancient mythology thing with his suit. Or is that just the show? Surely it's not. I think that's comics, but I don't remember.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm not sure. Look at those eyebrows. He looks like the villain of Flash Gordon. All
You're just expecting them to keep growing every episode where they start like winding around and
they just connect to his head. Well, he doesn't have hair, but if he had hair, they would just connect to his hair.
Yeah.
Now, is he his brother in this?
Yes.
Okay.
He sure is.
He really took all the good genes. Professor X didn't even get working legs.
I don't think we are going to get a big gene this evening. Because we're not watching, like, Dark Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff in the first season.
There's Rogue and... what is Storm wearing?
She's...
A different superhero outfit.
Maybe she was in the country where she's supposed to be a queen. I can't remember. Robert Wilde, did I miss Drunk Cap, or is he sober now? I mean, I'm drinking.
No, Drunk Cap is nowhere. Drunk Cap really wasn't even here yesterday. He didn't get drunk. He just had a glass of...
I drank some wine very quickly in that last half hour, but it didn't get, like, drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He is taking charge. I'm your boss, and you're going to listen to me now.
Listen to me now.
That turned into that. I wasn't going there in the first place, and then I went, oh, listen to me now.
He's been doing Superhero Rewind too long. He accidentally does superhero quotes.
That's all I do. It's all that's in here at this point.
Like I can't.
Yeah, that's Kane out of costume.
Oh.
I don't think you'd want to wear a collar like that after Genosha. I'm just saying.
It's like Stockholm Syndrome.
His very existence tears at me. I wish I had been a voice actor in the early 90s.
I just wish I talked like this. Like, makes life so much more interesting.
Doesn't it?
Like, imagine if when we were at the geeky store earlier and you were debating about whether to buy the Batman pops, if you were like expounding like this with shaking your fists in the air, like, should I buy this shiny Batman pop?
You guys want to see what I bought? I almost bought some Batman pox, but I got something else.
Batman pox? That doesn't sound like something.
Batman. Oh yeah, that's a. Well, it's a childhood disease that if you get once, you never get again.
Oh, okay.
But I ended up buying something else
entirely.
I went to the Star Trek place. There's not a store called that. I took him
to the Star Trek place.
I went. It actually just came from a Target, but I hadn't seen it yet, so I bought this today. Look at this giant gore.
Oh my gosh.
It's enormous. Look at my gore. Look, it's blocking DJ's head. Ah. Oh, sorry. You gotta watch fake Juggernaut go. I'm a hunk.
His beautiful green eyes.
Isn't he lovely? His horrible green eyes.
We just can't stop going to Spider-Man. We should watch Spider-Man or something. We keep going to it. Oh my gosh, this guy.
Yeah, he wears his glasses under the.
Yeah, how's that working? We have so many wardrobe questions about this show. So this is like the classic nerd becomes the jock.
Stephen Murphy just made a really good point. He says if they cast LA actors in this show like they did for Spider-Man, this guy would have been either Rob Paulson or Eddie Deason. Yeah, and one of the things that's cool about the show is it's not a lot of typical voice actors from Fox cartoons that you recognize. And I didn't know where they cast this show, so that makes a lot. I don't know where they cast this show, but if it was somewhere else and it's all not the usual suspects,
yeah,
that's part of why the show sounded so unique. Robert Wilde says I seem pretty drunk to him. Well, just hang out with me on a regular basis.
Yeah, this is just normal Cap. That's how you've been all day. Wow, so Professor X did have legs at one point.
Yes. Yeah, he wasn't born that way. And that's typical. I don't know if there's any iteration where Professor X is born that way.
Yeah.
Snarling. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, so Professor X is adopted.
Yes. Yeah, I remember this whole backstory being kind of sad.
Yeah.
And I don't.
He's got Norman Osborn hair.
This is another one of those things. Well, it's not the.
It doesn't have the.
It's not the cornrow thing where it stays when you move your head.
got like some Magic School Bus level voice actors for these kids right here.
And they must be in Canada because he just said, sorry.
Sorry. Love you, Austin.
Oh, I was hoping he was here. No, he's at work still.
Yeah. Professor X always had whippy little screams, even when he was a child.
I remember...
This is like messed up stuff.
I was going to say...
Stranger Things stuff.
This is pretty disturbing comparatively. And I was going to say a minute ago, I'm not sure how close this is to what Claremont did with it, but...
This is another singular character episode. We're not another team one. We haven't watched any team episodes.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to. We've got one more, and I don't right off remember what we picked, but...
I wonder what the ratio is. They probably did single character episodes a lot.
Oh, we're doing Nightcrawler, which is kind of a singular character. Well, it's a Wolverine episode as much as anything.
Okay.
But it's not a big team
there he
episode.
Is. There's my boy. He's so cool.
Yeah. So I guess we're doing focus episodes.
I wonder how often they did that. I wonder what
Spotlights.
the ratio is of like, because they probably didn't. It's hard to do a team episode in 20 minutes, like to focus on like the whole.
There's a lot of event episodes.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of 2-parters and multi-parters in the show. The show has multiple like 4 and 5-parters.
I gotcha.
And those are the big team things, like when they go to space and when they do Days of Future Past and when they do Dark Phoenix and then Dark Phoenix.
I love Beast's design. He's really cool.
I like it a lot.
I wonder though.
It's my favorite.
Did his new look come first, or did Wolverine come first? Because they had the exact same hair.
It just sounds like a chicken and the egg situation. No, I'm pretty sure Wolverine came before that new look, but I actually don't know that. I'd have to look it up.
Are you? Because you think this is going to get you in the club by ripping the entire wall off of it.
And that it's going to get you ladies. It's going to get ladies to like you.
Yeah, this guy's more oversimplified than the Eskimo guy from Canada.
Women like guys to be themselves. To be fair, it depends on the guy.
Thank you, Cyclops. Yeah. Thank you.
You know, Cyclops, I think...
I feel like this show created the stigma of Cyclops, where he's like just obnoxiously...
Some people would argue with you and say it's Claremont's fault in the first place, but...
Yeah.
Anybody else want to play a game where you try to follow the lights and get on the...
Have seizures? That's a fun game. Yeah, no, Cyclops gets the whole Boy Scout thing just as much as Superman does these days. And the movies didn't help.
Yeah, well, kind of more so. Because not just the Boy Scout thing. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm glad you're watching this one. It's Power Rangers.
Yep. That's amazing. And they're fighting Godzilla.
But did you hear the music?
Yeah.
They just put it in the score?
Dun, 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 dun. That's, wow.
Like they changed it slightly.
Yeah, it's enough that they can't get copyright on it. But
it's also weird because this is a show that Watchmen did the theme for. He didn't do the music through the show, I don't think. But
yeah, he probably just wrote that one thing and sent it to him.
Yeah.
Wow. Professor X was kind of a spoiled rich kid. He's playing polo.
That's right. Even Bruce Wayne won't learn polo
when he's like 12.
Well, no, there's that line in Begins where he's like, I'm not learning polo, Alfred.
Yeah. That's actually a funny scene.
It is. Three o'clock is pushing it.
It's not that particularly funny of a line, but the way he delivers it is really funny.
It's good, yeah. You get the sense that those guys have known each other their whole lives. Like,
yeah, they do great.
You've turned me into a Muppet! That's unfortunate. Look at her. Sandra
Blade.
That's not the right name.
Sonya. Luke Cage.
Oh, I gotta remember to show you that thing later.
I hope you guys know what we're referencing, otherwise we look foolish.
Yeah, we look foolish. No, we're quoting Gilbert Gottfried from an episode where he did Mortal Kombat voiceover. You gotta watch it. It's great. It's really funny. I've shown it on the channel before.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna...
Cano. What does he say?
Cano!
Oh, she's back. She's back in her white outfit again.
Sorry, everybody indulge me for a second. I've got to pull up something for DJ later so I don't forget. There it is. Now it'll actually happen. That's exciting.
Must talk.
Oh, now it's Quantum Leap.
Wow. There's been a lot of... The last two have had a bunch of, like, telepathic dream sequences. Or not dream sequences.
Dreamscape stuff, yeah. And specifically,
Did they go to the
mind
military
lips.
together? Is that why they both had these military outfits on? Oh, no, that's a prison outfit. Excuse me. Apparently the prison outfits are green in this
Everything's
universe.
green.
See, that's the kind of, like, cost cutting I would expect.
And he's not to be confused with Flint Marco,
No. Different Marco.
who also wears green.
But he wears stripes.
He does.
He has a daughter.
That's how you can tell
Sick.
that. And that makes it okay for him to break the law. We're never going to stop, folks. These are the jokes. Oh my God, look at him dancing.
Oh my gosh, we're all of a sudden in Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Whoa! Oh God. Oh, here it comes.
Oh, now we're in Lost.
Previously on Lost.
Previously on Marco. That's how we should have started.
Oh, and previously on X-Men.
Which is what you have ready for me, I assume?
No, that was for later off camera, but we're going to watch that on camera.
Gotcha.
Whoa! Arr.
See, we can't do that because we're just going to do every line he says because it's a hilarious voice.
I'm just going to let you do the commentary from now on.
We both immediately wanted to mock him because of that voice.
You know, I thought this was a two-man job, but it turns out it's not. I think I could do a 24-hour stream of this show.
It's
At least
versatile.
12, and I wouldn't watch any of it ahead of time. I would just, like,
Beast
have a
just,
rewatch of the show.
Frozen face in the background was really funny. There he's like,
and respond to all these crazy things I've forgotten that happened in this.
oh, he threw it into space.
Wow! And then you know what happens? It breaks the Phantom Zone, and then Zod comes down.
He just threw it into space. He's totally, like, serious. Played it serious. Juggernaut can just throw things into space.
Nothing can stop that jewel Juggernaut threw into space. Thank you. Yay! That was great.
And that also reminds me of Power Rangers, the Saban thing.
Is this Saban? Well, that's what I was going to say. Saban made this show too, so that actually could have been the Power Rangers theme if they really wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But they did change it slightly.
See, but if that happened these days, then you would hear a bunch of people on the internet saying, oh, did you know X-Men and Power Rangers have been in the same universe this whole time?
Well, that doesn't make sense. It was just a TV show.
That's true.
But they would, because, well, they were.
All right, one more season 4.
You can get me in trouble. I'm gonna start being mean on the internet, and I don't want to be that guy. Hey, welcome, folks. If you came in a little late, we're gonna watch one more episode tonight.
One more.
And then we're gonna watch my favorite YouTube video of all time.
Lane's the name.
Now we're gonna watch Nightcrawler, which hilariously was supposed to be season 4, episode 1.
Yeah, we'll see where it is in season 4.
But look, season 1 episode, or season 4 episode 1, according to this, is the episode we just watched. Isn't that weird?
Come on, Disney Plus, get your stuff
Okay,
together.
so according to this was supposed to be the first episode of the season. Nightcrawler is according to Disney Plus, but they're wrong. Season 4, episode 8, and we're gonna end on not a silly note, which. Well, we are, because we're going to watch previous on X-Men.
That's what we're doing now. We're fine.
Yeah, so it'll be good. It'll work
In
out.
stereo.
Yeah, it might as well be Batman in color. All right, you ready, sir? Everybody get timestamp 0. Make sure that you're on the right episode. It's Nightcrawler.
The Incredible Nightcrawler.
This is one of, if not in some ways, like the most serious and somber episodes of this show.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, Jason loves this one. And it's a real soul-searching kind of episode. It's all about religion, which is, again, interesting for a kid's show.
Yeah,
it was not afraid to do all this stuff. And Nightcrawler is absolutely Nightcrawler in every sense. And yeah, it's great. And this was the only episode he's in. He only got this one, which kind of sucks because I really like their version. I like his voice and stuff.
He's very prominent from the very beginning in X-Men Evolution.
I know that because he's kind of annoying in that show. But maybe he gets less so. I never watched past the first season.
He grows up a little bit.
Here we go, guys. Everybody, please press play right now.
There we go, guys. Season 4, episode 8. I love the X-Jet in this show.
We didn't get a preview on X-Men this time.
No, this must stand alone.
It does. It does. Nightcrawler stands alone.
I stand with Nightcrawler.
John Henry, Cap, I agree. I don't like X-Men Evolution Nightcrawler. I didn't say I don't like him. I just think he's irritating. He's a little irritating in that show. Like,
yeah, he's the youngest in the high school parts. I think he does grow up a little bit. I don't remember. I haven't seen that show in forever, but there's 4 seasons of it, so.
Or I should say, I don't feel like I've seen enough of that and it's been too long to say I don't like that character. I just remember going, oh, he's like real typical teenager. Maybe there's a reason for this, but like.
But now you've made it through, 10 seasons of Smallville, so you can handle anything.
Yeah, if I have to watch a like high school X-Men show.
Yeah, you gotta expect some of that.
Yeah, exactly. My preference is the adults that work at a school as opposed to the kids in the school, but that's because I grew up on this show. Like,
why are we not I know a lot of people are excited about this reboot, but an X-Men Evolution later year sequel where they're adults.
That's a good idea. Not enough people would care, I don't think.
Yeah, but it would make more sense story-wise.
It would give you a much better reason to come back and do a sequel a million years later to a show, right? Because it wouldn't be just more of that show; it would be a sequel show, and that's a cool idea.
Yeah,
that could really work. Look at that.
I have my best ideas on live streams. I think I should just like live stream my just start planning sessions for
I think so, yeah. Well, we've talked about that a lot. We basically do anyway.
Oh, he looks so cool when he just
I know, and the Bamfs are great in the lightning. Because he just did that, but if you don't know who Nightcrawler is, you don't realize that's what he just did.
Keeping them all blue and black silhouette. Okay, now we see the red.
Yep.
Nightcrawler has a really cool suit, and it's exactly the same as the 80s suit. They did not change it for the show.
No, they didn't. Well, they didn't change it in the comics either.
Yeah, in the Claremont one. The Demon! I love that he's German. I love all this.
Yep.
Everything about Nightcrawler is cool.
Some of the silhouette shots in this are really McFarlane-y to me.
I love the shading.
I mean, I know it's based more on like Jim Lee and stuff, but just there's some Spawn-looking shots, particularly when he's in the shadows. Like, go look at HBO Spawn and then look at this, and they're not that far off.
What year was that?
97, 98?
I need to check that out.
I mean, it's not a great show, but it's interesting.
I'll just watch it on silence. I'll just watch it on mute.
It's very bloody.
Ah. Yeah. Beast and Nightcrawler might be my 2 favorite X-Men. I also really like Gambit. Those might be my top 3.
John Henry says that I'm spreading the streaming addiction.
Not yet, but he probably.
He's already quoting the Bible. And you gotta love the organ music, dude. He lives in a castle.
Oh, we're in a ski lodge. There's Mary Jane.
Mary Jane! Jean! Mary Jane! Jean!
Shocker!
Creed! Give me another one. I'll see if I can come up with one from this show.
Did you see that? I only read the headline. I didn't read the article, but
I was talking about Sabretooth, not that Creed.
But he refused to watch Creed 3.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Talking about
Stallone,
yeah.
And he's given contradictory explanations for why he's not doing that movie. Everything about it is very confusing.
It's very strange. He's like,
because there's a guy that's involved with those. I don't know if it's the writer or producer or what, that he doesn't like it and doesn't want to have to work with anymore. And he's gone on record to say that this dates this commentary, but whatever. He goes, me being here dates this commentary. He goes on record to say that he would do Creed 4 if that guy wasn't involved.
Wow.
Because he likes working with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with Jordan directing. Like, I don't know. But he also will give more diplomatic interviews where he acts like there just wasn't room for his character in the script and stuff. So I don't know. So,
yeah, he's got to watch what he says.
Yeah, but then he didn't at all. So it's, I don't know.
2 episodes out of the 4, Wolverine is skiing.
Yeah. You'd think that it was his main pastime.
Well, he's from Canada. That's all they can do.
That's all they do out there.
Ski.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are they gonna do?
Well, they buy milk in bags. That's a pastime. We're coming.
Oh, Gambit's like a loser in this episode. He's about to George of the Jungle right into this tree. Wow.
Which is really funny when you go back and look at his signature character episode and how the kinds of things he was mixed up in and stuff. Like the idea that he's this pathetic is really funny.
Wow, there's some interesting poses with Rogue in this show. I kind of see where People.
Oh, yeah, Robert, here's my Gorn. Gorn!
Oh, you should have said... How did you not say Khan earlier?
What do you mean?
When we were just screaming names.
Well, because we were going from Spider-Man to X-Men.
Oh, we were alternating. That's right.
Well, that's what I thought we were doing. So it was like Mary Jane, Jean, and then you went Shocker, and then I went Creed. If I was doing next two, it'd be Stryker.
Gosh, so much snow.
I didn't know that. Busted Sim. He says only Eastern Canadians have milk in bags. Oh, that's the problem. Austin's from the
he's from
East.
The East. What are you gonna do?
Oh, those Eastern Canadians. Hey, look. It's Jason. Jason Cold Vengeance was the one where Wolverine fights Sabretooth in the snow. And where he goes to
She ends up at a monk monastery? Wow.
Where he goes to a native village and they fish.
That's true.
And Genosha at the end.
Praise be to God.
Yeah, everybody give Jason props in the comments because he picked tonight's episodes.
I love them.
Jason, you were absolutely right about all the episodes you picked, by the way.
Yeah, these are great. I love this monk monastery we're in right now.
Well, I was on the fence about Nightcrawler because, again, it's not a silly episode, and those are more fun to talk over, but then it's atmospheric and there's a lot of cool shots in it, so we can just watch it and watch DJ go, look, here he is, it's Nightcrawler.
Look at that.
Isn't that exciting?
Rogue ripped her sleeves off for some reason.
Oh, hey, Jason. I was gonna make this a secret, but I happen to be holding this while you just showed up. So look what I bought today. Look at this guy. This is from your favorite episode. I got a giant Gorn.
Surprise!
Look at my giant Gorn. You know, if I wasn't careful, I could have accidentally hit the stop streaming button.
Well, and that would have been
stop screaming button.
Yeah, we need a stop screaming button, don't we?
John says you have great taste. Talking to Jason, this being your favorite animated show.
This monk has got some Norman or some Octavius glasses.
Yeah.
I think after you're done with this hairdo, I think you should go with this monk.
Oh, really?
This one here, this bowl cut.
The bowl cut.
But completely shaved on the sides. He looks like Frankenstein.
Yeah. You know, who's the guy who played Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2?
Morita.
Alfred Molina. Alfred Molina.
Not Pat Morita. That would have been a great.
Pat Morita. That's good casting. No, not then. Okay, so he was not Pat Morita. Who were
Alfred Molina.
Alfred Molina. Alfred Molina was actually in a movie based on the life of Martin Luther called Luther, and he had that haircut.
Oh, he could have
been that.
Wow, he could have been in. He could have played this monk.
He has exactly the right hair for Dr. Octopus. I always thought that part of the reason he got the role was just because he had the right consistency of hair.
Oh my.
Yeah, Jason actually suggested all the episodes we're watching tonight except for the first one because DJ wanted to watch that because it was the only episode he's ever seen.
That brought back some memories.
Did it?
So at what point do we leave the monastery and go to the White House?
I thought you were going to say White Castle. I really did. Why? I'm missing the reference.
Because that's where we get the big scene with Nightcrawler, you know, when he finally...
in X2? Yeah. They're not the same continuity. Oh. That doesn't happen in this show.
I thought they were, I thought it happened here first.
He's not going to be like, Mutant Freedom now.
He's not going to be, Floop from Spy Kids.
I think if we saw all of this before that happened, that's not as good of a scene.
No.
I think you have to wonder why Nightcrawler is... And I wonder how many X-Men fans were nervous. Were like, oh God, Nightcrawler's the villain in this movie? Like, what are they doing with him? I also appreciate that he's not mind-controlled the whole movie. Like he's not mind-controlled for very long.
Oh.
Isn't that great?
That's awesome.
He bamps right before that.
Wow.
So Sanderson practices allowed that. Like, he almost kills Nightcrawler, but because he didn't stab anybody...
He's got such a definitive, cool suit. It's just like...
He can throw him against the wall, but he can't punch him. Now, you mustn't stare at him and cut the commercial. Don't do that.
You mustn't.
Robert says that X2 White House scene is still freaking amazing. It holds up beautifully. It looks as good now as it did back then. And I think most of that movie, that's true. I don't think there's a lot
of...
That's
because it's all 100% stuntmen, and they just, made him just disappear.
Yeah, but after that, I'm just saying that, there's not a lot of bad CG in that movie or anything.
Yeah.
Like, even the airplane stuff looks pretty good with the tornadoes and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that maybe doesn't age as well, but it's not bad. Like,
yeah, I can't remember everything that's done with Pyro's fire. I'm sure that, but I remember it being some good practice.
The stuff with the cop cars is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's one of my favorite movies. I'm giving it too much credit, apparently.
No, I think you're right about that, because they're very subtle with the X-Men powers.
So now I'm wondering if Jason is even watching, because he hasn't commented yet.
He might just be.
On the giant Gorn. Look at the giant Gorn. He's upside down.
Oh my gosh, we're all the way back to his birth. Nightcrawler's birth. Well, she had the...
Does he remember his own birth like Spock in Star Trek V?
Brother Nightcrawler. I love that it said Brother Nightcrawler is speaking. So we're still. I like when they do that, where it's like, oh,
you're talking about are we talking about the
subtitles?
Subtitles now, really?
So it's like
you're doing that thing where we have to talk about the subtitles. Okay, just kidding.
Here we go. I love people that go to the circus, man. That's part of the reason why he's so cool. He's in the circus.
I never had this thought before with the whole circus thing. Why didn't we cross in Amalgam Robin with Nightcrawler? That would have been great. Instead, you know what they did? You know what they crossed? With Jubilee.
Robin and Jubilee?
Yeah, it was bizarre. Wow. I think it might be the only male-female cross they did. I can't remember. But in DC, you never read that stuff, right?
No.
In DC,
I had the cards. I still have. I should show those to you. I haven't showed you my superhero card collection. But yeah, they had.
I'm wondering how many of what you have I used to have or still have, because I've kept a lot of mine. But yeah.
I should go grab that at some point.
That'd be cool.
Tomorrow, probably.
You have to write it down.
Yeah. We're doing too much.
Because we keep thinking of things we want to do and we're not going to get to any of it. And then we're going to be all sad and I'm going to cry in the airplane. But what were we talking about? In Amalgam, thank you. DC versus Marvel, they when the universes cross, they fall in love and are like dating. Oh. And then when they do the cross, they cross the universes. Everybody mixes. They mix them for no reason other than they've been together on panels. Like, no, it's pretty messed up. But
yeah, come on, you wouldn't want to just.
John wants us to keep announcing things.
Oh, that wasn't an announcement. We're just
Jason said no. I did. I said Gorn in my face.
Yeah.
But do you like him? Are you excited? Because I'm going to bring this home and you get to have a Gorn.
You get to have a Gorn.
You get to have a Gorn.
Pitchforks. Wow, how old is Nightcrawler? Why does it look like he's from the 20s?
This guy's wearing almost the exact same costume from
what's the Street Fighter guy. Yeah.
No, that's not what I was saying, but that's closer. No, I was gonna say it's not Corsair. What's the name of the guy in the red suit from space in that previous episode? I can't remember, but he's wearing those colors.
Why are we acting like Germany hasn't changed?
Why can't I remember?
In 100 years.
That's a good point. Because it's a monastery.
But the town, they're still carrying pitchforks and stuff.
Fair point.
They literally grab torches and pitchforks. It's like Nightcrawler's like 100 years old.
No, busted him. Sadly, the Gorn does not blink. See, even he's talking about the Gorn blinking thing.
He does speak. He didn't push his button.
Oh, that's true. He does. He hisses. See, he used to be religious.
Yeah.
See, it's an interesting character parallel that they're both. See, this is not a two-man job. Here, you talk.
Wow, he's got a long hiss. He's still going.
He's still going.
Did you break it?
I don't know.
Oh, that was
okay. He's done now. Jason says, "I'm gonna sleep with that. It looks comfy." DJ told me that I should use it as a pillow on the airplane.
On the airplane, he's gonna wrap his legs right around. It looks like an airplane.
Because I was a little concerned about trying to stuff it in my stuff for the airplane, and you're like, just carry it separate and say it's your pillow. So see, at first they all thought that he was a demon because they don't know about mutants.
I like that his hands are so unique because it's the same as Ninja Turtles, where it's 3, but they don't look like Ninja Turtles.
Real different,
hands. They're like more like they come out first and they look like claws almost.
And that's all comic book.
Yeah. Just see, look at this town. They got scythes and torches.
Well, and they're so isolated they've never heard of mutants either.
Yeah.
But they've got ball caps.
I could buy that because we don't have the internet yet.
Okay, but pitchforks, but ball caps? Like, where are they getting those?
I don't know.
And you can't... I thought it was a ball cap. I might not have seen that right. You can't unfairly attack a mutant without a fairly attacking a mutant ball cap.
He does look just like the Street Fighter character. That's so weird.
Yeah.
That must be just a German, like, uniform that they both were inspired by. Jeez, this is very serious.
And did you notice that? They're these like Quakers that have lived here forever and they don't know about anything happening in the real world, but they have laser guns.
Just tosses them lasers and they immediately know how to shoot them.
Yeah. Because you can't shoot guns in these shows, you know that.
Yeah. That's a big deal. Just normal cops with no explanation have laser guns in Spider-Man.
I love these close-up shots where, like, they're not still, they're moving, but they put a lot more detail in them and make them look like comic covers or comic panels.
Yeah, the detail they do. Wow, that's awesome.
Tick does that in places. Batman does that in places.
She just ripped a Adam and Eve painting off the wall and tied them up with it.
Yeah, we do lots of creative stuff with powers in the show. My family.
What is happening?
She's doing the same scream that she did in her episode.
Who's in her head now? This is Miss Marvel, I'm assuming.
Weirdly, this is the closest to a team episode we've come, I think.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, because it's not a solo. Like, we got his background stuff, but it's all most of it in the present, and he's just helping them.
Yeah, and also it's a Wolverine character episode. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, you'll see at the end, but he's the character that gets the arc this episode.
Jason, the timestamp is...
You've only got 4 minutes and 15 seconds left.
Yeah, we're at 17:08.
She's also screaming. Like Vicky Vale, too.
Right when they bamfed into the library.
Jason just said... That's his favorite. Leave me alone! What are you going to do?
He's still got shadow on his face. None of the other characters have that. He's like, look at that. Just perpetually in that, like...
I don't think his accent is as crazy as some of the other accents.
No, he's playing a little more subtle. Everyone else says, this is the end!
Yeah, if this makes any sense, his performance is still real heightened and, soap opera-y, but the accent itself is not goofy.
He's not hitting the German sounds that hard.
Jason says Gambit is amazing. Gambit's is one of his favorite characters in the show.
Yeah, me too. Just in general. It's positively tame compared to Pride of the X-Men, says H.B. Haga. I've never seen that.
I don't know what he means by I mean, I guess I don't know what that is. What is that?
That's another animated show. Another animated X-Men show.
What?
Yeah.
There's a show called Pride of the X-Men? I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
There was a pilot for a show that didn't happen, and that was the episode title, if that's what you're talking about. But you only have 4 animated X-Men shows. Or is it just 3 with this and Evolution and Wolverine? Yeah, it's the pilot for a show. I guess he's just joking because that show is very tame. I don't know what he means by that. But yeah, that was a pilot, which I've seen, and Stan Lee's the narrator in it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
John says, "What was with Gambit's cotton candy getup?"
He was skiing. You missed the beginning. He was skiing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I would feel worse about a castle getting destroyed, Nightcrawler. Like, it's only brick and mortar. Like, they don't make those anymore, buddy. Yeah. Like,
so he's just like a guest star in this. He never joins the team. That's kind of sad.
Well, like I said, he never shows up again.
Yeah.
Where they don't have lasers.
Civilized world. So that really was like an old Transylvania, like, frozen town.
You left that much shrimp before you got your ice cream? Okay.
He's not a big shrimp fan.
He must be. He's Cajun, and he talked about gumbo all the time. Like, you're wrong about that. Just full stop. Steven says he does get one more. Does he really? I thought this was his only episode.
Oh, interesting. He comes back.
Oh, but you know what? I guess I knew that because they do have to deal with him being...
Is he one of the Four Horsemen?
I don't think so, but I was gonna say, Mystique's son.
Oh yeah. Wow. And that is what 90s sentimental music sounded like.
Yeah, I mean, more often it was the piano, but yeah, or strings, but yeah. Anyway, well, that was our little mini marathon, but we're gonna do one more thing before we go because I want to show DJ.
Oh man, what's he gonna show me?
Previously on X-Men, and I've talked about this a lot. This is in 2 parts on YouTube.
Oh man, how long is this?
It is like 15 minutes.
Oh, almost the length of an episode.
Yeah, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. Yeah, but it was. I don't know why the person that re-uploaded this didn't just put these together now, but it was uploaded a million years ago, back when you could only post 10 minutes.
Oh.
It's an old video, and for a while it was unviewable, and somebody put it back up again. I don't know if it got copyright flagged or what, but the original author pulled it down at one point. Oh. Or like it got flagged and blocked or something. But now it's back.
Okay.
And I need to download this at some point just in case it ever disappears for good.
Yeah, you better do that if you really like it.
I better do that. You know what? Let me give everybody the link to this video so they know what we're talking about.
Previously on X-Men.
Okay, here it comes. This is a really amusingly edited clip video of scenes from the show, and I'm not usually into this kind of stuff, but this one cracked me up. Who showed me this originally? Somebody, maybe it was Eric, I can't remember. Somebody made me watch this at one point, and I was like, "Do I have to watch this?" And it was amazing.
Oh, yeah, I'm the same way. I like the YouTube like parody stuff where they like voice over. Yeah, it's not usually my thing either.
Yeah, well, that's not what this is.
Yeah, the mashup, the comedy mashups on YouTube weren't usually my thing, but I'm excited.
I think this one's great. Like I said, it's my favorite. I'm overselling this. This is my favorite YouTube video. And guys,
wow, that's a big statement.
Well, wait, I laugh at it a lot. Well, I mean, if I had to like start fighting it with AVGN episodes and stuff, I don't know. But favorite singular YouTube video is not part of a series or something.
Like someone you know.
And not part of a series or something is what I meant. It's a standalone video. Okay, is everybody ready? We're gonna watch Previous on X-Men, and I'm still gonna just press play on the other side because we'd get copyright flagged if I showed it. Everybody, please press play right now, and you'll see some things that you've seen today in this video. There it is. We're not going to talk over this too much because we're just going to watch it and laugh at it. It's funnier when he doesn't stab it yet. Hey, tough guy. Oh, Jason, I never noticed that music where he's walking later is there. And dun, dun, dun. Jason, I think it was Turkey. It might have been a chick. Look how different this animation style is.
Is that 5?
Yeah, but it's only one episode that looks like this. Oh. No other episode looks like this. It's like a house that did one episode. That's the Captain America episode. Obviously. But I didn't know if you knew about that.
Oh, I know there's a Captain America episode in X-Men Evolution where that's actually in World War II. It's pretty cool.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. He's got a Howard the Duck shirt.
He does. That guy was dressed like Hydro Man.
I thought you said Hydra Man.
Hail Hydra Man.
There it is. There's the scream. Evil Professor X is really cool in this. And it was like right before Onslaught, the comics. Oh, it's Kyrick.
Man. Oh, Iceman. Sweet.
Yeah. He's not in a lot of this. Now we got Magneto screaming. That was in the pilot.
Holding that note. I had another episode of this. I just realized.
Oh, yeah, because I was going to say, there's usually not just one on a tape.
I recognize the Morlocks.
Oh, they put the worst episodes on those tapes.
I've seen the Morlocks. Maybe I just saw an episode at someone's.
I hate the Morlocks in this. Gene.
At someone's house.
That's Mojo. We thought about doing the Mojo episode.
That would have been great. I also remember Morph. For some reason, it's like embedded in my head.
Morph. Well, you saw a little more then, because he's in the pilot, and then he is in an arc later.
I don't know if I ever saw him in the show, or if I was just like I know I have a card of him.
Okay, sure.
Or an encyclopedia.
Jason. Gene! Did you see Gambit's apron? Ladies.
Is that Havoc?
Yeah.
That's awesome. How does he have a
Yeah, you're getting a sense of some of the side X-Men characters and teams they did in this. The X, is it Ecstatics? I can't remember. You picked the wrong girl to adopt. Cable's gun flip.
We're in a Clint Eastwood movie.
And he just walks away.
That sounds like the beginning of...
She had like Wakanda garb there. Did you see that?
I didn't. What?
Yeah, no!
Is that Conan? What's happening?
I don't remember who that is. He's got a control thing.
Oh my gosh, there's the leader, but...
I don't remember what that guy's name is.
Small.
He just has to pick up a bunch of rocks. Hi, AMC Comics. How you doing?
Sorry, this is a weird time to come in. We're just enjoying this.
No, that's AMC. That's not the arcade one-up X-Men cabinet in the thumbnail. We were at an arcade, and that's the original full-size one. No, I have not gotten that one. That's one of my favorite lines of this whole show.
Oh, they're like stormtroopers, you idiots. It's like a Power Rangers episode. He just went back into the Old West.
Okay, watch his face. Isn't that nuts? What happened to his face?
Oh, there's the headbutt. We just saw that.
There's some weird Jokers in like Joker face animations in Batman, but nothing gets as weird as that Wolverine right there.
He called him Blob.
Oh, because Storm has. Oh, here we go. This is great. Why did it change after the commercial break?
I don't know. He said something different. They had 2 takes. They just put them both in.
Put them both in. My favorite Tick episode example of that is just an episode where he's wearing this harness thing. He's
Oh, and now he said both together.
Yes, he's standing up and he's about to fire this thing. Or I'm sorry, he doesn't have the thing, and then it goes to commercial break, and then when it comes back, he's got this thing on him. It's the same shot, but now he's got the thing on him. I don't understand it.
Continuity error. Someone on set wasn't keeping track of whether the actor was wearing a jacket or not.
That transition, that doesn't make sense. That transition was amazing.
It does in A Bug's Life when they have bloopers at the end.
Yeah, yep, that happened.
There it is.
That's the one we just watched.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in that episode we just watched.
That was actually really funny. And I never really got why that was supposed to be funny. She goes, I'm going to come down and shut you up. And then she flies up. See, it's just funny in the edit. Jason, thanks for watching this with us, buddy.
Gene Hackman.
Why did they animate all? It's one of my favorite things. Oh my god.
That's how I would react if he cut something.
You can do better than that.
Right in front of my face. Oh, it's Kingpin.
Whoa! How does that work? His head. I don't guess I ever caught that one. His head is up like this, and she turns his body, which is flipped over the other way on his back. The head never moves. And then she flips him over, and now he's normal. That's so good.
Who is this Kingpin character?
AMC, I've started both X-Men Evolution and Wolverine in the X-Men to do watch-throughs, but I just keep forgetting to get back to them.
Was she gonna roll him over again?
Did you hear that one?
No.
His voice just fades out. He goes, ah! It's a fade out.
Continue. Here we go. Ready?
Okay, so we're gonna watch the other 5 minutes of this. I'll give you guys the link for that too.
Yeah, someone needs to put it together into one.
Yeah, they really do. Hold on, we have to wait for an ad because DJ has normal YouTube.
I'm a man of the people. I'm sure they all have YouTube with ads.
Okay, everybody, I know for a fact we have some folks that aren't doing that. But anyway, would everybody click on the link that I'm about to send you, and we'll watch just real quick the last 5 minutes of this. Thanks for indulging me. I just wanted to show this to DJ, and I thought it would be a fun way to.
And then we will bid you adieu.
That's what we'll do. Wait a minute.
Auf Wiedersehen. Farewell.
There it goes. You get nothing. Okay. So everybody click that link. We're going to watch the second part of Previously on X-Men and get ready to press play when I say now. I keep being confused when I see my link, but it's your name next to it. I'm in your account right now. Okay. Everybody, please press play. Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, sweet. Right now. Sorry, I just thought if you needed a second.
The sound effect, it's like they're getting shot of a cannon. I love the power of
The power of You picked the wrong person to adopt. Oh, whoa, did you see him at the window? That was weird. I never noticed that part of that. I'm not going to repeat it here. Wolverine just said he was going to penetrate someone's recess. Who was he fighting?
He wasn't fighting anyway.
That's right. He was just talking to Wolverine, to Professor X. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Back to this. His head is rotating.
Yeah, it's really weirdly animated.
Is this season 5 stuff? This is getting crazy.
The craziest stuff is in 1 and 2, actually. 5's just not as good.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that look for Magneto.
There's some weird stuff. Oh, yeah. That future stuff with him is really cool.
I love that he's supposed to be an old man.
He just punched him in the ribs. I didn't know you could do that in the show.
But there's the Power Rangers.
Yep. We just saw that happen.
We've seen a strange amount of this.
Yeah. Because Jason picked the right episodes.
How much of the reason that he picked these episodes is because you guys have watched this video so many times?
That's a good question. But we have watched it a few times. Did he have tiny claws there?
His claws are...
Where? He's gonna... Whoa, look at his neck.
Whoa. And his ears. What is happening?
What are the X-Men? Why would you even say the X-Men?
X-Men? What are the X-Men?
What are the X-Men? Good job, Forge. That was Forge.
Forge has a big role in the excellent fighting game X-Men Next Dimension.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
He's in that game.
I didn't know Forge was ever in a game. I wasn't even sure if you knew who Forge was.
X-Men Next Dimension has a huge roster. It's really, it's great.
I need to play that. Ron, go back to Jurassic Park.
Oh my gosh, we get
Kazar.
Kazar in the show. That's amazing.
That's the best Professor X scream in this.
Me.
Science me.
Oh, look at these stakes.
Jason, I know it's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. It's so good. You can't do that. I'm a United States senator.
His arms are yellow. Why are his arms yellow?
That's
but the hair is still
hair.
What is happening?
Dun 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 dun.
That's just a color mistake. He looks like PJ Masks. What is that?
Whoa, that was weird line delivery. Or it sounded like they pitched it up or something.
Oh, good thing he did that back roll.
He knows how to land, yeah.
Oh, Archangel's awesome.
Archangel.
Good. Wow, that dude is going for it.
Broken! Finished! I will find him!
You better stand proof before you start. That was a great Southern guy. Oh, wow. Wow, she even exposits what television is.
Thanks for explaining television. We're watching it.
That's what I'm doing. Oh.
They didn't do anything. That transition is weird. Okay, what do you think of previously on X-Men?
That's pretty good. That just screams like classic YouTube. Like, was that 2008 or something?
Yeah.
2007, 2006.
It also just screams, really.
It does scream a lot.
A lot,
A lot of screaming going on.
AMC Comics just wrote Exposits. It was right there.
I didn't enunciate the X like I should have.
Well, this was fun. We watched
crazy.
some X-Men. I'm glad we got to do that together, because you've never seen more than that one episode of the show.
I saw 3 great episodes, and I saw teasers for the rest of the show in comedic fashion.
Now, were the 3 great episodes the ones that you didn't see before?
Oh yeah, I saw 3 new great episodes.
Oh, I thought you meant out of 4 we saw 3 good episodes. Which ones were they, DJ? Which one was the not great episode? Your pick, really. But
no, I liked them all. I was just saying I've seen 3 more episodes, and now I've seen a lot from the series. Like Iceman shows up for the
I think that Rogue episode is so gutsy for a cartoon show.
And the Nightcrawler one.
Yeah.
Really cool. If I had to pick one, I think I would say the Juggernaut one was my least favorite. It kind of got...
He gets to do cool stuff in that, though.
Yeah, it looks great, but I get, the whole tablet thing. I get like Wonder Woman 84 vibes.
So there's 2...
Artifact that everyone's running after.
Yeah, there's 2 really good stories in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jason, thanks for helping us choose the episodes tonight. Everybody, thanks a ton for watching. Hope you had a good time with us. And we'll be back. The plan right now is tomorrow night for one more video this weekend. We're going to try to do... Yeah, we're going to try to count down our top 10 favorite superhero movie scores for a special Superhero Rewind Unscripted with a guest, which I never do, but I'm going to make an exception for this.
Is this your first time doing a rewind not in your home?
Oh, yeah, that's going to be really weird, isn't it?
That's another... I mean, it's been going smoothly, so hopefully it'll be fine. But yeah, that's your first time doing that, too.
That's a good point.
A lot of firsts tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Be there or be square.
Well, everybody, thanks once again for being here, and we'll see you again real soon. I was Captain Logan, and this was DJ Martinez. Later, folks.
See you guys.